Hello, and welcome back to Mona's Corner. I'll bring you guys a little closer. Alright, you can't get that much closer. It's alright. So, don't look at that. We a little ghetto here. Alright. Anyways, I wanted to talk about jobs. So, I have realized that there are some men out there that will say that their job is harder because maybe you have a home job and he has an outside job. So for perfect example, my boyfriend is one of those men that do this. So he works outside. He fills propane tanks and fixes them and paints them and does stuff with them, right? I used to have a work from home job, but this job was very emotionally draining because I was watching content that nobody should see. Like, I was watching people get, and then, I had to hear things, I had to see a lot of things, and then just the way that the company ran, like, emotionally draining, because if there were new policies coming out, and like, we had to always make sure we were up to date with them, and sometimes they wouldn't train us if our programs got updated, and that's a whole thing. So this job was, yes, not physically hard, but it was emotionally hard. I had to learn how to separate work from home and not let what I saw at work affect me in my day-to-day life. Like I said, I saw some gory stuff, some terrible stuff. Like, I've seen animal abuse, human abuse. Like I said, human stuff, And I've also seen other human on human stuff, which disgusting. So again, this job was emotionally draining. But my boyfriend would always tell me, like if I said, "Oh, I'm so tired today," he's like, "Why are you tired? You weren't outside in the heat all day." I was like, "Oh yeah, well, were you watching people off themselves all day?" I don't think so. But for whatever reason, like, keep in mind, my hourly pay was higher than his. Still is. Even though I have a different job, it still is higher than his. He gets more hours, but I would get higher pay. And sometimes there were days I would work 12 hours. That's right, 12 hours. I don't think he's ever worked a 12-hour shift. I have. Right? 8? Yeah. Because that's the most you could do in a day. So you, like, 12 hours and that's it. And there was a few times where I did that, like, 2 days in a row. And I don't know why he would always like to put his job higher than mine. All because it's physically draining. Now, I don't know if that's just a guy thing. Like, they always like to make it seem like they have the harder jobs, when in reality, like, any job is hard unless you love it. I don't know. But yeah. It's just annoying when he would do that, and it would really make me, like, upset. Because, like, why are you telling me that my job isn't important or isn't as hard as yours? Just because they're completely different does not mean that I can't be tired. And every time he'd say that, it feels like he would belittle me, because it's like, you're saying I'm not working hard. You're saying that my job is just so easy. When my job was hiring, right? And I told him, and he was like, yeah, I could never do that job because I would get too, like, distracted. Like, he is diagnosed with ADHD, and he said, yeah, I could never focus. I'm like, oh, so yeah, you want to say my job's hard when you're literally saying that you couldn't do this job because you couldn't focus? Oh. Okay. All right. It's just that he needs a physical job, he needs something that he's actually doing. When that job was hard for me because I hate just doing the same things over and over, and that's exactly what that job was. And so, I would try and watch shows and do stuff. Like, I used to do my nails all the time because, that's how repetitive this job was. And I never had to interact with anyone other than, my manager. Every now and then, they would just, do a call checkup and stuff like that. But that's it. It was work from home. We didn't have cameras in the beginning. Towards the end, we did. But even then, I was still watching shows, I was still on my phone, I was still doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing, but I was doing them only because I would get bored. And it was so hard for me to focus with this job. And I just hate that he would always like to say, oh, your job's not hard, it's easy. When he literally said he could never do my job because he wouldn't be able to focus. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? My job's so easy, huh? Anyways, that was just a quick little rant because why not? And it was something that I just started thinking about. Let me know if you guys have a significant other who would like to belittle your job because they weren't as hard as the other person's job, or one had a physical working job, one had a office job. Any job is draining. Period. Whether you have to deal with customers, angry people, that could be draining. Whether you're having a bad day, and again, you can be dealing with customers, or just the job itself has deadlines or stressors, any job is as difficult as the next. Even though they can be completely opposites, there's still something going on that can make a job difficult, But yeah, let me know. Have you guys been through that experience ever? Been told your job's not hard, my job is, kind of thing. Let me know if you have, and let me know if I'm not the only one, because I know for a fact I'm not the only one. And I would like to hear some of you guys tell me that. And share your little story, were the roles switched? Were you the one saying that my job's harder than yours? Or, were you being told that your job's nothing compared to mine? Well, let me know down below. Hope you guys enjoy this little rant. I think I'm also going to start doing like something like this, maybe on TikTok, just small little rants every now and then. So I will link my TikTok down below so you guys can follow it. And whenever I post little rants, they'll probably be on there. Or maybe little stories that are actually happening in time, because that happens to me a lot. A lot. Recently my car's been hit. And maybe I'll do a little rant on TikTok about it, because when I tell you guys, things just happen to me. They just happen to me, and I'm not even asking for it. Whether it be something as small as like our toilet flooding or the sink. Like, just when I think that just when I think there's nothing, there's gonna be something. As soon as I get comfortable, it's like a slap in the face when something happens. Because I'm like, really? As soon as I get comfortable, something happens. And it's annoying. It's so annoying because it's happened so often. So often. I'll make stories on like the bigger things, but again, I'm going to start posting on TikTok the smaller things that have happened that like I don't need a whole video for. So make sure you guys follow my TikTok so you can see those little stories. Alright. See you guys in the next one. Bye.